Gary McLaughlin, someone had approached him about water filters, sent him some, and it just happened to see it on a post, and this was very close to us going, and I had written to Gary, and I said, Gary, man, what do you have? He put me in touch with someone else, called him, and very quickly, very fast, he said, look, if you can provide 25% of the cost of these things, I've got somebody else can provide another 25%, somebody else another 50%, and so we were able to get our first shipment of filters already there for us, 30 filters for a little over $700.
It's a bio sand filter. Got heavy coarse rock on the bottom, big bucket there. A little finer rock on top of that, and then 2 big bags of sand. And we have some connections on the outside that run it through the water through a chlorinator, a little tablet. And then it goes into the bucket, and there's another carbon filter inside the bucket. Once it's full, you can pick it up, set it on a table, and it's got a valve. You can open it up and have good drinking water.
First thing it goes through is there's some biologicals that consume all the good biology consumes the bad biology. It'll go through 3 stages of sediment, larger, smaller, and smaller, so getting the fine stuff. And then it will go through a little bit of a chlorine wash, come into into a receiving bucket. That bucket can then be put up on a table. And then once you open up the spigot to receive that, it'll go through a charcoal filter to take any of that chlorine out.
People love the idea of giving clean water to people who don't have it. That's just something that gets supported right away. Those clean water charities are doing amazing things all around the world. And I knew that if we could bring that message back that there's an opportunity to inexpensively provide clean water to people who don't have it, that a lot of people here at home would want to jump on that.
The sand and the rock and all that has a layer of, it develops a layer, it's a bio layer, it's a living organism in there that eats up the bad stuff, all the bad bacteria and whatnot, it just eats it. And then it filters through the sand and the rock, comes out, and goes through that chlorinator, gets anything else that was missed, and then it goes into the bucket for filtering through the carbon filter.
Now we took 3 of them then out to say, well, how quickly can we set these up? How fast can we do them?
We are on the road to Liaison Church, where we're going to be installing one of these 3 test filters in the home of Jose Bellamy. He is the pastor of the Liaison Church. Liaison Church. It is well off the beaten path. Taken us quite a bit of time to be able to get here, so hopefully it'll be a quick setup and we'll be able to return home, but that's where we're headed.
There I was sitting on the back of the bed of this pickup truck, precariously balanced on the worst road we had seen yet, which is saying something because of the roads had been awful up to that point.
He's looking at you, man.
Yes, he is.
We are bouncing along from a place that was in the middle of nowhere to a place that was even more remote and more out of the way.
Mr. Bellamy, man, he's a whole lot further out than he was before.
We're still in Haiti.
Yeah. And they are building another building. They were cutting that tree down.
Well, you want to have all that stuff in the back.
You guys survived the trip in the back. You win.
We're all crammed into this room, and it's hundreds of degrees in there, it felt like. And we watched Gary walk us through the setup of the system.
And we saw they were actually really set up rather quickly. Now what's so beautiful about this is they don't cost a whole lot. Even at full price, they're under $100. They will run for 10 years, and they will provide drinking water for 10 people. So for a very low cost, if the cost thing continues, we'll be able to provide 150 of these filters to homes in Dame-Marie, which is the potential for 1,500 people, particularly little kids, with clean water for 10 years.
It was a pretty neat moment to be able to provide something for them that was going to be lasting, and that was really going to provide not just clean water, but in reality, a lot of health and a better standard of living.
So we're looking to go back in the fall, just a couple of us, and we think that within a 4-day period, once we get into Dame-Marie, we can get all those 30 filters set up.